All right, everybody, welcome to 3.2. This is gonna be for our pull day. Today we're gonna start off with our foam roller. Again, if you have a lacrosse ball, whatever you got, we're gonna do the glutes and the low back. So since we're doing a pull day, we're really gonna working on opening up those hips a little bit, getting the whole back side of your body working here. So let's get it nice and warmed up with the glutes. I want you to sit down right here. If I'm working on my right side glute, I'm gonna cross up that right leg, okay? And all I'm gonna do is sit right there. Nice small little circles if you can. It's really probably better to do this one with a ball because you can kind of get in there nice and deep. All you're doing is looking for those knots, trying to spend maybe 10, 15 seconds there, and then we're gonna take it to the back, all right? So we're doing specifically low back. Make sure we're rotating, so we're getting one side of that low back, rolling up and down, nice and small, find those knots. You can get the middle if you want to right here, and then rotate to that other side, okay? So it's really important to make sure we're rotating. Get each side, because you have this muscle in there called your QL. We want to make sure that is nice and warmed up for this day right here, okay? So next we're going to work on some groin mobility and some hip circles. So groin mobility. Let's get in this quadruped position right here. Kicking this foot out. My back leg is tucked under, so I'll show you the other side right here, okay? From that front position, all we're doing is rocking our hips back, stretching that groin right here, coming back up. Rocking those hips back, stretch that groin, come up, okay? So let's go ahead and get 10 of these each side. Making sure you're pushing down with that outside foot. It's gonna really feel that stretch in that groin. From there, in that same quadruped position, we're working on hip circles. So keeping that core as tight as you can, bring that knee up, out, getting a hip circle, bringing it back to where you started. Going back, bringing it back forward, okay? So 5 backwards, 5 forwards. If you find some kind of pops in your hips and stuff, that's totally fine. You just don't want to have any pain right there, okay? Finally, in this first pillar prep section, we're going to go onto our bear crawl. So I know we've done these. Same quadruped position. Get those knees underneath your hips. Nice, short, choppy steps. The goal here is to make sure your hips aren't dumping from side to side. Your hips and your shoulders are in line here. So keep that core tight. All right, first move for our movement prep today is gonna be some bridge marches, okay? So finding some space right here, laying back. I want my feet to be about as close as I can touch. Hands up, bridging those hips all the way up so I'm nice and straight from my shoulders to my knees. I'm coming up, my knees trying to stay at 90, my toes pulled towards my shin, and I'm just marching back and forth, nice and easy. I want you to do this for about 20 to 30 seconds, okay? So it's gonna be dependent on what you can handle. 20 to 30 seconds, 2 rounds of this, okay? Really squeezing the glutes at the top, make sure everything's going right there, okay? Next, we're gonna do our RDL balance. So for the RDL balance, if you need a stick or something to hold on to, that's totally fine. So this one, on one leg, and all we're doing is like an RDL. We're reaching back with that up leg, coming back up, bringing that knee up. So our goal is to get 10 of these without falling over, without touching this foot on the ground. So for a side angle view, I'm just moving at the hips, right? My right foot is trying to reach back, and I'm coming back up here. Again, if you need to hold on to a stick or a wall to do this one, that's totally fine. If you need to regress it even more, you can just sit there and hold this balance and try doing that for about 30 seconds, okay? After that, we're gonna start to get into some more dynamic warm up. So we're just gonna do our standard lunges. Nothing crazy about this one. Lunge forward, switch, lunge forward. Let's go ahead and get 10 of those each side. From the lunges, you're gonna take it on to chicken walks. So the chicken walks right here, good posture, knee up, kicking out, squeezing that quad, coming back down, okay? Let's go ahead and get 10 of these each side. Really squeezing that quad as hard as you can go, trying to get that quad activation and making sure we get that full extension, okay? Keep that knee up the whole time, so I don't wanna see you go like this and then kick down here, right? So you're going up, you're stretching out that hamstring too, okay? Let's go ahead and get 10 of those each side. Now, similar to your push day, we're gonna go over to the wall. We're gonna do some positional stuff, and then we're gonna do load and lifts, okay? The first position is gonna be just some acceleration positions, right? So we're having a good forward lean, accelerate. So with that good forward lean to the wall right here. Keep that core tight, don't arm step back. Similar to that lateral run we did the other day. Bring that knee up, right below 90, and that toes up too. So you see a better angle here. I'm gonna be kind of in this position right here. So that knee's right below 90, toes pulled to my shin, okay? So let's go ahead and hold that position, 10 seconds. Push into the wall, keep that core tight, switch, other side. So I want 2 sets of 10 just to get used to the position. Then we're gonna take it on to the load and lifts. So load and lifts, again, same position here. Reaching back and bending that down leg. And we're gonna drive this knee up into that start position. Load, lift, load, lift. So you're ending in that same start position. 2 sets of 5 each side. First set you can go nice and easy. Second set, really try to speed that up, drive that knee up and through, that imaginary pane of glass, that imaginary mitt right there. So the next piece we're gonna add to the wall is just gonna be our switches, okay? So in that same position, right here, starting off, to that position we start off at to hold. Now we're gonna do is switch our feet. So when I switch my feet, this foot's coming back, and I'm thinking about pushing that turf, that ground back behind me as that other foot comes up into that start position, okay? So, look just like this. We're just doing one switch right now. We're trying to be as quick as we can. Again, think about pushing that turf and that ground straight back behind you with that leg that's coming down, okay? Let's get 5 of these, each leg, 3 rounds. Take your time in between these need to be crisp. All right, to finish off the movement skills, we're gonna go straight into our regular linear marching. So I can talk today, pulling those shoulders back, that toe's getting pulled up towards my shin, that knee's coming in 90 degrees. And again, we're striking that foot right underneath our hip, at the ball of your foot, okay? Let's get 10 yards down, 10 yards back, then we're gonna add something to this. Now we're doing switches. So I'm starting off right here, I'm just gonna switch the feet. So notice, it's the same pattern, right, as the march. We're just adding a little bit of speed to it, a little bit of stability. So switch those feet a little faster, stick that landing, hold that for just a second, and then switch the feet again. 2 sets, 10 yards.